Have you ever stopped to think about how hard it is to find the exact right temperature in the shower? You either freeze like you are on a Christmas map or you burn up like you fell into the lava in a poorly made obby. Well, it turns out that social life is exactly like that treacherous shower. You either die of cold from loneliness or you get burned because people are unbearable. Today we are going to talk about Arthur Schopenhauer, a German gentleman from the 19th century who was basically the first emo in history, and his famous theory of the hedgehog's dilemma. But since I know that if I start talking about German metaphysics, you are all going to leave to watch funny fail videos, I am going to explain it all using Roblox. Pay attention. First, you have to understand how Schopenhauer saw the world. For him, the universe is not a happy place of rainbows and unicorns. For this man, the essence of everything is what he called the will. Imagine that the source code of the universe is an infinite, blind, and insatiable desire. It is like when you have 0 Robux and you desperately want that new skin. You feel pain, you feel a lack of something. That is suffering. But what happens when you finally get the skin? At first you are happy, jumping around the lobby. But after 5 minutes, you do not even care anymore. You get bored. Schopenhauer said that life is a pendulum that swings between pain and boredom. If you do not have something, you suffer to get it. If you do have it, you get bored of it. Basically, life is an infinite grind where the reward is never worth it. You are either stressed out trying to pass an impossible level, or you are AFK farming and staring at the ceiling. And this is where the hedgehogs come in, or porcupines. Imagine a super cold winter day. We are all in a frozen server and we are freezing to death. Our survival instinct tells us to huddle together. If we stick close to one another, we share body heat and we do not die of hypothermia. It is like when you look for a squad in a difficult game because you cannot beat it alone. You need others to survive. But, and here comes the plot twist, it turns out that in this metaphor, we are all hedgehogs full of sharp quills. Those quills are our flaws, our annoying personalities, our bad moods, our quirks. Everything that makes living together difficult. So, when we get really close to give each other warmth, boom, we prick each other. We start to get hurt. It is just like when you get into a Discord call with too many people and everyone starts screaming at the same time and someone plays loud, distorted music. The pain of the pricks, in other words, intense social interaction, makes us separate again. We move away so it stops hurting. But by separating, we feel the cold of loneliness again. And the cycle repeats. Cold pain, cold pain. This is what Schopenhauer called the hedgehog's dilemma. We need people, but we cannot stand people. I am sure this has happened to you. You are home alone on a Friday and you say, I wish I could go out. You go out and after half an hour you are thinking, why did I come out? I want my bed. So what is the solution? To freeze to death or be stabbed to death? Well, Schopenhauer, who was very clever, proposed a middle ground solution. He said that we have to find the middle distance, a distance where we get a little bit of warmth, but the quills do not touch us. In human society, we call this distance politeness and good manners. It is like respecting personal space and not trolling. It is knowing how to be on the server without spamming the chat and without bothering those who are building. If you maintain that distance of courtesy, you won't have much warmth, it is true. The relationship will be a bit lukewarm, but in exchange, you will not get pricked. It is a strategic sacrifice. You lose emotional intensity to gain peace of mind. Schopenhauer also said something interesting for those who have, let's say, very high intelligence stats. He said that whoever has enough internal warmth of their own does not need to huddle with others so much. If you have a rich inner world, if you like to read, create, or just be inside your own head, you are like a player with legendary thermal armor. You do not need to beg for someone else's warmth. You can afford the luxury of being alone without feeling the cold. But let's be real, most of us are not Buddhist monks or lonely geniuses. Most of us need our squad, even if they drive us crazy sometimes. So the next time your friend does something that annoys you, remember that they are a hedgehog. They are not attacking you, they just have quills because that is how nature works. Adjust your hitbox, take a little distance and keep playing. Because in the end, the server is more fun when you are not alone in a corner. And that is it for today's philosophical rant. If you liked it, give it a like and subscribe for more cubic existentialism. See you at the respawn.